Top 10 underrated movies you need to watch before they disappear. Hey everyone, welcome back to MovieTube, the place where we dive into the best movies and shows. Today we're going to explore 10 underrated films that you need to watch before they disappear into obscurity. Trust me, you won't want to miss these hidden gems. Our first movie is The Fall, directed by Tarsem Singh. Released in 2006, this visually stunning fantasy film tells the story of a wounded stuntman, played by Lee Pace, who spins an incredible tale for a young girl named Alexandria. While the movie received critical acclaim for its breathtaking visuals and emotional story, it didn't get the recognition it deserved. If you're a fan of fantasy, beautiful cinematography, and heart-wrenching stories, The Fall is a must-watch.
5 of them. Then one commoner, Governor Odia.
Next up, we have The Man from Earth, a fascinating science fiction drama that centers on John Oldman, a university professor who reveals to his colleagues that he's lived for 14,000 years. The movie's brilliance lies in its thought-provoking dialogue and philosophical themes about life, death, and history. While it didn't get much attention when it was released, it has since gained a cult following. If you enjoy movies that make you think deeply, The Man from Earth should be on your radar.
Creature, not quite human, taking not the blood.
Our next underrated gem is Moon, directed by Duncan Jones. This psychological science fiction film follows Sam Bell, played by Sam Rockwell, who is nearing the end of his 3-year stint working alone on a lunar base. As he begins to experience strange occurrences, he starts questioning his reality and his own identity. Moon explores themes of isolation and self-discovery and is a beautifully crafted film. Despite its limited release, it is considered one of the best sci-fi films that flew under the radar.
Lunar Industries remains the #1 provider of clean energy worldwide due to the
leaving Serang working perimeter.
I want to go home.
I know.
Have a horror classic, In the Mouth of Madness, directed by John Carpenter. This film follows a private investigator who's hired to track down a missing horror novelist. As the investigation unfolds, the lines between fiction and reality blur, and he starts to question his own sanity. The film is a brilliant mix of psychological horror and dark fantasy. Though Carpenter is known for his contributions to the horror genre, this film remains one of his most underrated. If you're a fan of mind-bending horror, this one's for you. Moving on, we have A Ghost Story, a deeply emotional and philosophical film by David Lowery. This unique film follows a recently deceased ghost played by Casey Affleck as he watches his former life and loved ones fade away. With its slow pacing and minimalist style, A Ghost Story explores themes of time, loss, and the human experience in a truly profound way. It's a beautifully meditative film that may not appeal to everyone, but for those who appreciate thought-provoking cinema, it is an underrated masterpiece.
I would write these in notes, things I wanted to remember, so that if I ever wanted to go back.
Our next pick is The Prestige, directed by Christopher Nolan. Although this movie is often overshadowed by Nolan's other works like Inception or The Dark Knight, The Prestige is a mind-bending story about two rival magicians, played by Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, who are locked in an intense battle to outdo each other. With its clever plot twist, brilliant performances, and incredible direction, The Prestige is a film that deserves more attention. If you're a fan of mystery and intellectual thrillers, this one is a must-watch.
Shoot me. Come on. Selves or any other art.
Loved it.
It was the greatest magic trick.
Number 7 on our list is The Assassination of Jess James by the coward Robert Ford, a Western drama directed by Andrew Dominik. Starring Brad Pitt and Casey Affleck, the film tells the story of the infamous outlaw Jess James and his eventual betrayal by Robert Ford. With its stunning cinematography and haunting performances, this film is a quiet, introspective take on the Western genre. While it wasn't widely popular upon release, it is now considered one of the best films of its genre.
He regretted neither, and on September...
They're all lies, you know.
Next, we have The Fountain, a visually striking and emotionally charged film by Darren Aronofsky. Starring Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz, the movie spans over 1,000 years and follows 3 parallel storylines exploring love, death, and the search for immortality. While The Fountain is a polarizing film, it's a bold and unique cinematic experience that should not be missed. If you love visually stunning and thought-provoking films, this one is for you.
Life. They say whoever drinks of its sap will live forever.
This bane from bondage. I'm afraid.
It's been progress of work.
Our penultimate film is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, a Cold War espionage thriller directed by Thomas Alfredson and based on the novel by John le Carré. The movie features an all-star cast including Gary Oldman, Colin Firth, and Tom Hardy. While the film was praised for its performances and attention to detail, it didn't get the mainstream attention it deserved. If you enjoy slow-burn atmospheric thrillers, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is an underrated masterpiece.
He's been there for years. Place to look into this for us now. Spy.
And finally, we have Children of Men, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. Set in a dystopian future where humans have become infertile and society is collapsing, this film stars Olive Owen as a man tasked with protecting a pregnant woman who holds the key to humanity's future. This film is an underappreciated gem with incredible cinematography, tense action sequences, and a thought-provoking narrative. If you haven't seen it yet, now is the perfect time.
Because really,
His person on Earth was 18 years, 4 months.
Why do you think we can't make babies anymore?
Police have been.
So there you have it, 10 underrated movies that deserve more attention before they fade into obscurity. Which of these have you seen and which are you going to see? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more awesome movie recommendations. Thanks for watching again.